No
Actually, brother,
problem.
I would like to appreciate the fact. I would love to contend with that. Now, it
Hmm.
only Christianity only became very popular at 300 A.D. Constantine, after he wiped everyone out. That's when Christianity, your Christianity today, the original Christianity, the Nazarene, the Ebionites, the first century was not popular at all. Maybe in the thousands, but when obviously Constantine took over, and
Ah,
then they had the
did you
Nicene
hear
Creed
Sheikh
after that.
Sheikh
The,
Logic? Sheikh Logic, did you hear the Ebionites are the original Christians?
Yo,
That's
I
crazy.
didn't say
Yeah.
they're the original Christians. I'm saying they lived
You
during the
just said
first
it.
century.
You
Not the
just said
not,
it.
I don't know about the original, but they were one of the prominent Judeo Christian sect in the first century. But your view of Christianity came 300 A.D. This very specific Nicene Trinity, the Father, the Son, co-equal, co-eternal. This very specific creed that you guys follow
Uh,
today. After that, Constantine killed everyone off. So how do we know what they followed pre 300
brother,
pre
you still
Nicene Trinity
failed. Just a
325 A.D.
second, brother. You still failed to answer the three disasters that your Allah made for everyone. Again,
Allah just means God. It's Allah
Allah
in general. And
deceived.
my Allah. Go
Listen,
ahead.
you have to agree with me that Allah deceived. He tried to deceive the enemies of Christ. Your Christ, not your Christ. So he
Basically,
came
he
up with
tricked
this.
everybody.
Yeah, he tripped everybody. That's number one. Uh,
Mm,
allowing an innocent man to die on the cross, according to your scholars,
yeah.
another person was put on the cross instead of Isa to save Isa from dying, and Allah then took him
So
up, and he's now with him, according to
sure.
chapter 3, ayah 55.
So
Then
so
we have
so mate.
also, then
Sure.
the last but not least, while doing all of that, he allowed Christianity to prosper, and it became the biggest religion on this planet until today. And even if you read chapter 3, ayah 55, it becomes even more horrible because it says, until judgment day, the Hawariyin, the helpers of Jesus, the disciples of Jesus, the followers of Jesus will be up the upper hand until judgment day. So we have a
Uh-oh.
problem.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. And not only that, if we actually go further with what the brother actually mentioned, 355, if we go even to Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, we
Uh-oh.
can see that it's clear as a daylight. Even the Mufassirin said, according to Ibn Kathir, says that Jesus had an actual death, and his death, he died for 3 days and resurrect, and Allah left him up.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not
Here's
only that.
yeah.
If you allow me to take the screen for a second, if I can share my screen, brother, Godlogic.
Yeah, you can. Whenever I see it.
Yeah. All right. How do I do that? How can I share my screen again?
Push present. It should be a present.
Yes, I see it. Okay. Share screen. Okay. 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 Share screen.
Make sure you guys are hitting the like button too, by the way, guys. This is a good one. Make sure you
Yeah.
guys are hitting the like button. I'm looking here. We got 1,200 people watching. Barely 300 likes. Let's get the likes up. There should be 1,000 likes right now, man. Let's get the likes up. Come on. Unless
Yeah.
you secretly kiss a black stone.
So, for example, guys, let me make the screen bigger. Look, pay attention, Omar, and also Bashir. Look, if we go to chapter 46, ayah 35, it's talking about the messengers of Allah, the prophets of Allah, right? If we go to the tafsir of this ayah, and specifically tafsir of Al-Qurtubi, look, tafsir Al-Qurtubi. This is the government website of Saudi Arabia, right? The government website of Saudi Arabia, tafsir Al-Qurtubi, okay? For the same ayah, same chapter, so chapter 46, ayah 35, Surah Al-Ahqaf 35, we see a very, very interesting point. Talking about this messenger, it says, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ صُلِبَ عَلَى الْخَشَبِ حَتَّى مَاتَ.
Mhm.
If we if we copy this part that you see on the screen, this highlighted part, and we put it in Google Translate for you to give you an idea, because I think you don't speak Arabic, look what it says. Some of them, meaning the messengers of Allah, some of the prophets of Allah, were crucified on wood until they died. Can you
Wow.
tell me who these prophets are?
Can you
Which
name me some?
prophet? Which prophet of Allah was crucified? Name me one,
I
and
couldn't tell you.
died on the cross. Which one was that?
I mean, you believe that Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, died on the cross. But
Well,
like,
that's what Tafsir al-Qurtubi says for this chapter, this ayah. Some of them were crucified. So some of the messengers of Allah were crucified on wood until they died. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ صُلِبَ عَلَى الْخَشَبِ حَتَّى مَاتَ.
so like,
What are we going to do with this tafsir?
can you name me some prophets that like died on the?
I'm asking you. You should not ask me. I'm not. I'm the Christian. I know who that messenger is. We know the answer. I want you to answer,
I
my
mean,
my Muslim friends.
I don't know.
Who is this prophet? Name me one prophet in the history of all prophets who came from God. Which one died on the cross? Which prophet was crucified and died on the cross? Answer me,
None of
please.
them.
So Al-Qurtubi is giving false tafsir for the ayah? Is that what you're saying?
Some of them were crucified on wood until they died.
I'll make it even more better for you. If we go to Sahih al-Bukhari, it will become even more interesting. But keep that in your thought. Bukhari 69:29. Read with me. Narrated
Mhm.
Abdullah. As if I'm looking at the Prophet while he was speaking. So Muhammad, this is Muhammad, your Prophet. So Muhammad was talking about one of the prophets of Allah whose people have beaten and wounded him. Pay attention.
Mhm.
There was a prophet who got beaten and wounded by his own nation, and he was wiping the blood of his face and saying, "Oh Lord, forgive my people as they do not know." Who could that be?
I think it's Muhammad, cause like
What?
his family
Muhammad?
were yeah. No, yeah, Muhammad.
It says
Muhammad
Muhammad
is
is,
talking about another prophet.
yeah,
Look,
Muhammad's talking about
Uh,
somebody else.
literally it says, as if I'm looking at the prophet. So Abdullah is looking at his prophet Muhammad. And
is it-
Muhammad was talking about one of the prophets. So he's talking about other prophets whose people have beaten and wounded him. And he was wiping the blood of his face and saying, "Oh Lord, forgive my people as they do not know." This is not talking about your prophet because your prophet is telling a story about different prophets. So so if we combine this hadith, one plus one, this hadith in Bukhari, and the tafsir of Al-Qurtubi, where it says that some of the prophets were crucified on wood until they died, who could that prophet be?
Isa,
This
Jesus
is some of the prophet. It
Jesus.
means
Thank
there's multiple prophets, right?
you.
crucified? That sound like yeah, like
This is some. It would mean multiple prophets, right?
So
Jesus.
which prophet was it? Bashir, thank you for your honesty. This is Jesus. So you see, and this is if this is not
Can
enough.
you hear me? Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a
sorry.
second, brother. Just a second.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Why
but
did
just a second. Just a
okay,
second.
okay, okay.
So if we go to Ibn Kathir to combine three, the Trinity. If we go to Ibn Kathir for chapter 3, ayah 55, look what Ibn Kathir says. Look what Ibn Kathir says. Look. وقال علي بن أبي طلحة عن ابن عباس إني متوفيك in chapter 3 ayah 55 I am causing you to die أي مميتك causing you to die. And we go down, look what it says. Look what it says. وقال إسحاق بن بشر عن إدريس عن وهب. So after the from, Allah caused Isa to die for 3 days.
Mhm,
Allah caused Isa to die for 3 days. Then
mhm.
he resurrected him. Then he took him up to himself. Look, let me copy this part. This is Ibn Kathir explaining actually that Jesus did die.
Is this authentic? Sahih, Sahih.
Look, it's Ibn Kathir. Is Ibn Kathir good enough? Look, read with me. Here's the English translation of the part. This is Ibn Kathir. Ishaq bin Bishr said on the authority of Idris, on the authority of Wahab, Allah caused Isa, him, meaning referring to Isa, him to die for 3 days, then resurrected him, then raised him up to himself.
Are you asking me who does that sound like?
Oh, no, not that. We know it is because if we go to the ayah, it's talking about Isa. Look,
Yeah,
let me
Isa.
go to the ayah so you can see it with your own eyes. This is the tafsir for the following chapter, chapter 3, Let me choose the correct translation. Chapter 3, Ayah 55, Surah Ali Imran. I want you to read it this time, brother. Read it what it says on the screen.
Recall what time Allah said, O Isa, verily I shall make thee die and
Wait, what? She'll make the what?
thee die
Ah,
There you go.
and am lifting these to myself, and am
ah.
purifying thee from who disbelieve, and shall place those who follow thee above, those who disbelieve until the day of resurrection. Thereafter unto me shall be the return of you. All then I shall judge between you of that wherein ye were wont to differ.
So wait, Allah did what? Allah made Isa die. So this is immediately after when Allah is doing the deception. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They deceived and Allah deceived, and Allah is the best of deceivers. So He tried to out-deceive the Jews. In context, this is the Jews. So Allah did what? What Allah is saying, you Jews did not do it. I made Isa die. I shall make thee die, and I'm lifting thee to myself. So we have two things here. Allah caused Jesus to die on the cross, and He took him up to Himself outside of creation, because it says, "I took thee to myself." Where's Allah? Outside of creation, right? What are we going to do now?
I'm lifting thee to myself.
Yeah. So if we go back to Ibn Kathir, agreeing that Allah caused him to die for 3 days, which agrees with the Bible, with the New Testament, then resurrected him, then raised him up. What are we going to do? You Muslims have always tried to convince us that it never happened. So, Sheikh Logic, what are we going to do with all of these stories that we can find in the Islamic books?
I mean, the only thing we can do, man, is say Subhan Yeshua, man, for saving us.
So I still didn't get the answer. Some of them were crucified on wood until they died. I want Bashir, you were honest moments ago, but I want the others to be honest as well. Which prophet was crucified on the cross in the history of all prophets and died from the crucifixion?
Jesus.
Thank you very much.
That's right, Bashir.
Beautiful.
But who documented it? Who
Just to
documented
add up to my brother Rob Christian was saying as well. If we go to تفسير ابن عطية المحرر الوجيز في تفسير الكتاب العزيز from ابن عطية, he's given a tafsir from Surah 3, Ayah 55, same thing. The qawl of Ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet, the first cousin of the Prophet, what did he say? He says, فقول ابن عباس رضي الله عنه وهي وفاة موت لابد أن يتمم. يعني it's a death that needs to be completed. Ibn Abbas himself is literally demonstrating that to us, and he's telling us that the death that needs to be completed. That means he had already an actual death. So what do we do with that as well?
This is interesting. So this is where we're at, guys. Because I want to hear the other Muslims too, if they can be as honest as Bashir.
Yeah.
Which prophet?
Bashir is agreeing with Christianity, right, brother Godlogic?
Bashir's agreeing with Christianity and what we find in the New Testament and the church fathers and all that. All 2,000 years of history saying the same thing. So I want the Muslims to be able to answer this. The prophets that were crucified, who was that? Because Qurtubi says that. So any Muslim that's on the panel can give this answer.
So in the Quran they talk about a lot of prophets, right? They talk that it is said to have been
Your
a lot
voice
of
is
prophets,
low,
right?
brother. Your voice is low.
Maybe better now?
You think so, yeah?
Hi guys, can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Actually, I just want to ask brother Godlogic.
Wait, did you interrupt your brother moments ago? I think someone was talking and then he got interrupted. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So the question is, according to Qurtubi, he mentions how there are prophets that were crucified.
Yep.
The question is, which prophet was crucified?
So according to Quran, yeah, there was a lot of prophets, right? I think Quran mentioned some.
But name us one. Which one? Which prophet was crucified on Mud until he died? Well, we find the answer. We find the answer in the Quran, and we find the answer in Ibn Kathir, and we find the answer in Qurtubi. But I want you Muslims to be honest. Else, you have to say that the scholars don't know what they're talking about. That we are talking about classical scholars, and Allah Himself in His Quran saying that Allah caused him to die and lifted him to Himself in chapter 3, ayah 55.
I don't agree with the interpretation of the verse that you showed earlier.
So you know better than Ibn Kathir and Al-Qurtubi, okay?
The I mean, I don't know what this guy you're talking about, but that's not what I understand from reading this verse.
My friend, your Allah says He caused Isa to die. He caused Isa to die and then He lifted him to Himself. So
So,
did
so you're
Jesus die
talking about
according to Allah?
so you're talking about um
Quran.
Surah 3 verse 55, right?
Yes. إذ قال الله يا عيسى إني متوفيك ورافعك إلي. I am causing you, O Isa, to die. The word is die, and I'm lifting thee to
So
myself.
in the translation I'm reading, it is saying, remember when Allah said, "Oh Jesus, I
You
will
have a
take
bad.
you."
I can't hear you, man.
Wait a second.
Yeah, fix your. Is
It's
it
better
just
now.
me, Godlogic,
No,
or
no, it's. I hear it too. It's a lot of fidgeting, a lot of movement. It's slow.
It's better
are
now.
you jogging, brother? Are you outside jogging or something?
Not even. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. So just don't move as much.
Okay. So in the translation I'm reading, it is saying, remember when Allah said, "Oh Jesus, I will take you and raise you up to myself. I will deliver you from
The
those who
false
disbelieve."
translation.
Then,
You
okay.
know why? Because it says inni mutawafika. What is the root word of mutawafika, brother? What is the root? Waw fa ya, which means death. And even Ibn Abbas, look, don't tell me you know better than Ibn Abbas, because Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet, said in the ayah, the explanation of the ayah in Ibn Kathir, ayah 55, it says, وقال علي بن أبي طلحة عن ابن عباس. So Talha, Ali ibn Abi Talha from Ibn Abbas. So Ibn Abbas explains the ayah, إني متوفيك in chapter 3, ayah 55. This is this part here, إني متوفيك. I am causing you to die. Look what Ibn Abbas said. Ibn Abbas said, if I copy this part, look all the way down. Look what he said, how he explains it, okay? Look how he said what he said. If I Because clearly you don't speak Arabic. So on the authority of Ibn
Shuya,
Abbas,
brother, Shuya.
I will cause you to die, meaning your death. عن Ibn Abbas, inni mutawfika, ay, meaning mumituka. The word maut, ask any Arabic speaker, any Urdu, even in Urdu, they will agree that the word maut, mumituka, means death. So Ibn Abbas explains that the word mutawafika in the ayah, in chapter 3, ayah 55, it means causing you to die.
Um,
So you know better than Habrul Ummah or Hibrul Ummah.
Boom, boom.
Do you know better than Ibn
you sh-
Abbas?
you're throwing me a lot of names I really don't know about, so I cannot
Brother,
really
Ibn
answer that question.
Abbas, the cousin of your prophet, when your prophet prayed to Allah, there's an authentic hadith where your prophet prayed to Allah and he begged Allah to make Ibn Abbas the number one authority regarding the explanation for the Quran. So when Ibn Abbas speaks to the Ummah and he explains the Quran, you have to obey him.
Boom,
Did you catch
boom.
it?
I don't. I'm not familiar with
Maybe we
this
can take
story, so I
someone
won't.
else who is
I won't
familiar. I
comment
don't
on
know.
it. But
What you doing here, then, man?
I mean, really, I mean, it's either I say you're throwing a lot of reference that I don't know, so I cannot comment on this
Well, these are your books,
as of
brother.
now.
You cannot deny them. This is Ibn Kathir. This is
I
Al
mean,
Qurtubi.
the
This
what?
is Allah Himself.
I mean,
This is Allah
the book
Himself
of
saying it.
reference is is the Quran. So I was thinking we
So
would.
you're Quran only, brother?
I'm
Are
not.
you Quran only or are
I,
you Sunni Muslim?
I'm Sunni, but the reference you're talking about, I'm not familiar with those.
Well, then maybe it's time to do some investigation, brother. You know, I'm saying this out of respect. Do some investigation. And when you did some investigation, come back because I can show this also from Bukhari. Don't tell me you don't know Bukhari. Have
I've
you ever
heard
heard
the
of
name. Yes,
Bukhari?
Brother, brother.
yes, I've heard the name. Yes,
Look in Bukhari. We can find the same. Look, do you see on the screen Bukhari?
you're not sharing the screen.
Okay. I have here the PDF version of Bukhari, Sahih Bukhari. Look, Sahih al Bukhari on top. You see it? Same quotation of Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas in Bukhari said on page 1410, 1410. If you download the entire volume, it says the
I'm
same.
not sure if you
وقال
want
Ibn
to show
Abbas.
something, but I don't know. I
Just a
don't see the
second,
screen.
brother. Just a second. Same what we can find in Ibn Kathir, it's in Sahih Bukhari. وقال ابن عباس متوفيك أي مميتك. Ibn Abbas said, cause you to die. That the word mutawfika means maut.
Mm.
Maut means death.
Mhm.
Death. Yep.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with the meaning of the word. I'm disagreeing with the interpretation of the verse.
Well, if the word says death, it says that Jesus died, bro.
Come on,
It says
man.
that Allah caused Jesus to die. How do you get around that?
Um, so again, um, the verse that I'm reading, and I will quote it again. Um, and I believe even your translation. I mean, it's not your translation.
This
Is not
isn't a
that.
translation. He's dealing with the Arabic directly. It's not
It's
about
literally in
translation.
Bukhari, brother.
I
Bukhari's
mean,
quoting Ibn
I don't-
Abbas. Imagine.
as you said, I don't speak Arabic that well, so I have to go with some
Uh,
translations.
Let me show you
Right?
the online version so you can see it with your own eyes, okay? If we go to the online version of Bukhari, look, if I copy this part, look, so that you can see that it's also on sunnah.com.
So I mean,
Just a second,
you
brother.
can
Just a
pull up
second.
you can
Yeah,
stay
just a
on
second.
the translation
Can you do me a
you were
favor?
showing.
Just a second. I'll show you even from the online version of Ibn Kathir. Sorry, of Bukhari. Look, right on top of Hadith Bukhari 4623, sunnah.com, as you see, we can find the same quotation of Ibn Abbas. وقال ابن عباس متوفيك in chapter 3, ayah 55, means مميتك, maut. Maut means death. Look, copy. We
Wait,
go back.
that's even on Sahih Bukhari's hadith. It's on top of it like
Yes,
that.
on
Mhm.
top of the hadith,
Yeah.
brother.
You ain't never told me this, Rob.
I know, I kept it a secret.
Rob, I feel robbed, Rob. You ain't never
Hello?
told me this,
Brother,
man.
you know, I don't like spoilers, you know me.
Rob,
This is why I said to
woo,
you, I love this
you
topic, bro.
capper. You capper ruin, bro.
Bro, if you
Wow.
type in, let me tell you, let me post it actually in the chat on StreamYard so you can get it in the so if you do sunnah.com/Bukhari/65, which means chapter 65, the book of commentary, literally if you scroll on the page right on top hadith number 4623, right on top of it it says waqala ibn Abbas mutawafika, the chapter 3 ayah 55 means mumituka, literally right on top of it, but you have to open the entire chapter.
Wow.
You see it? And here, of course, also in the physical book, we have the PDF also agreeing.
What a gem.
Yep.
What a gem, man.
I mean, maybe Bukhari is daif. I don't know.
Maybe it's Daif, man. Maybe
Yeah.
Bukhari is
But do
Daif.
you know what it is, though, Rob? And regarding Al
Yeah.
Qurtubi, the book of interpretation of Al Qurtubi, when he actually interpreted, okay, from Surah 3 Ali Imran 55, look what Al Hassan even said. Al Hassan said, the people of the determination are four. Who are the four? Watch. Abraham, Moses, David, and Jesus.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Did Abraham got crucified, guys?
I
No.
don't think so.
No.
Did Moses get crucified?
I don't
No.
think so.
Did David get crucified?
No.
No.
Did Jesus get crucified?
Yes.
Yes, according
There
to
we go.
So
wow.
There we go.
that's what it says. Literally any book that we are pulling on the screen literally agrees. So, Muhammad is talking about prophets who were beaten and wounded, and one of them was wiping the blood of his face and saying, "Oh, this is literally from the Bible, by the way."
Answer that
Bukhari
prophet, the one who's
literally
bleeding on
taking it
face.
from the Bible. This is literally
Hi
from
guys.
the Bible.
Hello.
Can I respond to that?
Any of you can, man. Just give
Oh
us
yes,
something.
go for it,
But
bro.
Hello.
I'd like to
Everybody hear me?
Yep.
Just a
go
second.
ahead,
Someone
brother. You
wants
want
to
to say
talk. You
something?
can not talk
Hi.
all the time. Yeah.
Hello.
I guess go ahead, brother.
Yeah, actually, in the last one that you give from the what you call this one, the one who got beaten and with the blood on his face,
Mm-hmm.
is this referring to Jesus?
Well, it says that's we have tafsir for chapter
Yes, the
46.
tafsir.
Just a
Mhm.
second, brother. I'm not trying to answer your question.
Okay.
Chapter 46, ayah 35. We go to the tafsir of Al-Qurtubi. This is
Mhm.
tafsir Al-Qurtubi on the screen. If we copy this part, it says, some of them, meaning referring to the messengers of Allah, some of them were crucified on wood until they died. And the brother mentioned four most important prophets of Allah. We mentioned that Abraham was not crucified, David was not crucified, and the rest were not crucified. Who was crucified? Only Jesus.
I mean,
So,
I guess in order to make that claim, you will need to list all of the prophets of Allah
But
and make the claim that none of
what it
them
says in the
mention
Quran?
four of them.
the Quran says that he died and Allah took him to himself.
No.
Oh, Isa, look. إذ
But
قال
there are
الله يا عيسى إني متوفيك ورافعك إلي. Recall what time Allah said, O Isa, O the Islamic Jesus, verily I, meaning Allah, shall make thee die, and
Okay.
then I'm
The
lifting
question
thee to
is,
myself.
excuse me, it's okay. Hello.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead and respond, bro.
Hello.
Yeah.
We can hear you, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. Respond.
Hello, are you going to say hello for 10 minutes?
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
I wonder why the mic is very slow.
Yeah, but brother, can you go fix your mic and come back? And that would be better.
I have it, but this is a headphone. I'm using the phone only.
Okay.
Make sure everybody
Actually,
you hit the like
Okay.
button, man. Let's get the likes up to 1,000. There's
Mm-hmm.
781 likes, man. Almost 2,000 people in here. Hit
Hit
the
hit
like
it with a
button so everybody
siwak
can see this.
lightly, with the Islamic toothbrush lightly. Don't
guys,
hit
Yeah.
it too hard.
can I say
Better
something what's
434
written
that
in the
like.
Quran?
434 that like button, y'all.
Hello.
Let's get it up to 1,000. We're almost at 800. We almost got 2,000
Can
people.
I mention something what's written in the Quran?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, actually it says there that they kill him not. So which one we should believe? The Quran or those tafsir that being interpreted in many ways?
You're
Okay,
missing
can I
it.
answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Listen carefully. You are mentioning chapter 4, ayah 157. We done that. We know about these ayahs and we got ourselves the t-shirt. So you're saying that they did kill him not. Who are the they, brother?
What do you mean?
Who are the they in the ayah? You are mentioning chapter 4,
Referring to
Surah
those
An-Nisa.
who supposed to kill Jesus.
Who?
Ooh.
They are supposed to be the one who
Who
killed
are the
Jesus.
they? Who are the they?
They kill him not.
Who are the they?
I think he's talking about the Jews.
This is the Jews. It's very clear because who's going to
Beautiful.
kill Jesus?
Beautiful. So listen carefully. I agree with the ayah. You know why? Because the
Ah,
Jews did not do it. The Jews did not do it. The Romans did it,
Exactly.
the
right?
Jews presented him
And
to the
Allah
Romans, right?
says, and Allah on top of that says, look at the screen. Allah says, O Isa, verily I Allah shall make thee die. And according to other ayahs, everything happens through Allah. So if Allah allowed the Romans to crucify Jesus, if Allah allowed the Romans to crucify Jesus, according to that logic in other ayahs, Allah caused Isa to die and he took him up to. So we agree with you that they, referring to
But
the
that's not
Jews
what
did
the
not do
verse
it, the
says, though.
Romans did it with
That's not
Allah's
what the
help.
verse says, though.
No, that says it.
But
They. Who are the
but,
they?
but
No, no, the
huh?
verse says it was made to appear so
To who
They,
again? To who? To who?
to
To
whoever.
the
sorry,
Jews. Good
Yes,
job.
certainly, but the point is,
can I say
it was
something?
made to appear so that there was a crucifixion, so it doesn't
Can I
matter
say
who.
something?
To the Jews.
But it doesn't
Exactly.
Can
matter
I
who.
say
It doesn't
something?
matter who.
I agree with that. Godlogic, I think you need to make it more clear for them. I think they're not getting it.
I,
Can
I
I
I say
understand your
agree.
point,
something?
but
You've been
my point
smooth
is
with
that
it
it
Just
so
a
doesn't
far,
second,
it
Rob.
doesn't
brother.
matter who.
Just a said. We asked
You've
you
been
multiple
smooth.
times. Who are the
Can I
they
say
you said the
something?
Jews?
Can I say something?
Go
Just a
ahead.
second. I think you're not getting it. When I asked you, who are the they, you said the Jews. I agree with you. The Jews did not do it.
They Jews that, but they brought him to the Romans, right?
Yes.
I mean, it will never be. But when they say
So who
they
crucified
this
Jesus?
is
According
the
to the
connivance
Bible,
between
listen,
the Jews and the
according
Romans,
to the
right?
historical account in the Bible, who crucified
Sorry,
Jesus? According to the
it was
historical account in the Bible, who crucified Jesus? The Jews or the Romans?
actually in the hands of the Jews through Romans,
So who did it?
in the hands of the Jews, because
No,
they are
who
the
did
one
it? I
who.
want you to be honest. Who did it?
Listen to me,
Did the
please.
Jews have authority to crucify anyone?
They brought him to
Did the Jews
the
have any
Roman.
authority? Did they have the authority to crucify people? Was it a
Sorry,
Jewish custom to crucify people?
it's common to happen because
Are
the
you
Jews
are
were
you
under
listening to
the
my
Romans,
question, brother?
so
I
this
want
is
you to
the ruling of
pretend,
the Romans.
brother, pretend
Uh-huh.
to listen. Pretend to listen to my question. Who did they have? Who did in the first century? Who did have the authority to crucify people? The
It was the
Jews or
Roman
the
practice.
Romans?
Hello,
Yeah, you're not listening.
it is the
Uh,
Roman practice
The
and
Romans.
under the Roman ruling, but it is in the hands of the Jews.
so that's what I agree with. So literally, Allah says, "You Jews did not do it; the Romans did it." That's what Allah's trying to say.
But the
Through
I
Romans
believe
through
will
the
not
I
do
believe
Romans,
without the
Allah
Jews.
caused it to happen.
I believe
The
you're missing
Romans will
the
not
point
do without the Jews. That's
of
why the Quran says they kill him
the
not.
verse.
No,
Is
that's
that
not what the
clear?
Quran says. That's not what you are adding into the text. Stop reading into the
Nothing. It's
text.
very clear.
It
When it's
says
very
no, no,
basic,
no, 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 no,
when
no,
it
no,
says they
no,
kill
no,
him
no, no,
not, so
no.
what is the point?
You are adding to the ayah. It says
I'm not adding. It's
they.
very clear in the Quran.
So
How
you're
Allah
long
says
corrupting the Quran.
you want to
You're
keep
they
corrupting
going?
the
kill
Quran.
him not.
Just let me know
It
when you're done
seems
with
to
this guy,
be,
Rob, because
Yeah, yeah,
he can go. So just let
yeah.
me know if you
He's
want
uh,
to keep
he's
going.
adding to. He's corrupting his own Quran.
I'm not adding anything. It's very clear there. It says there, and I have approved also. I am going to prove
Brother,
biblically that
Yeah.
this is true,
So let
that
let
it
us
seems to be
reject all the
crucified.
tafsir. Let us reject all the hadith. Let us reject Sahih Bukhari and listen to Podyak Nukolut, who doesn't speak Arabic, who doesn't even know who Ibn Abbas is, who doesn't know what
That's
Sahih Bukhari is. So we
kind
should
of a low
listen to
blow,
you,
man.
right?
Okay, guys.
exactly.
I'm
Just
about to
respect
Have
the
a
go,
nice
guy.
but
day,
I
man. Have a
would
nice
like to
day.
ask something
Have a nice
to
day.
Logic. Is that possible?
Oh man,
Nothing's
can't
bugging
make
him.
this
Can
up.
we,
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
make this up, man.
can't make this up. All right, guys.
Bless,
Courtney says
guys.
that prophets were crucified. What up, Sig? Prophets
What
say
up,
that
man?
Courtney says that there are some prophets who were crucified. Bashir got it right.
Yep.
We want to know who was it that was crucified out of these prophets.
Wait, I have a question. So, like, wait, is it the Hadith that says it or the Quran?
Well, this is the tafsir. The tafsir
but
saying that
can
some prophets were crucified on wood until they died. So I want to know. You already answered the question, Bashir, when we asked you who is that prophet. Give us an example of a prophet who
Jesus.
died on the cross after being crucified. This is again for the people who just joined. Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Tafsir al-Qurtubi is very very clear for chapter 46, ayah 35, Surah Al-Ahqaf 35, Tafsir al-Qurtubi, one of the giant scholars for the tafsir of the Quran. We go down to that part. Look here. ومنهم ومنهم من صلب على الخشب حتى مات. We put it in translate. Some of them were crucified on wood until they died. You already answered the question before, Bashir. You said it's Jesus.
But when you say
What?
some, it means plural, right? It means multiple people. So why
And
do
we
Yeah.
you?
How
give you
many
guys
prophets
So
do you
four
know?
people.
How
who is
many
it?
prophets you know who were put on the cross
Who
I
is
instead
it?
of
mean,
Jesus?
I mean, first of all, from all the prophets, do we know all the prophets? I know the mention
Bro,
about
Oh
the one
my
Yes,
God.
mentions
we
about
know.
the
hold on. It's
look,
it's
look, look.
it's a simple question, my
Please let me
friend.
please let me
It's a
respond.
simple
Respond.
question.
Please let me
Am I
respond. I
am I
never,
audible?
I was never able
Canaan,
to finish
Canaan,
a sentence.
Canaan, Canaan. It's a simple question. Who was it?
I don't know.
They, some of them.
Can't make this
Wait,
up.
you
So
so
then, wouldn't
Canaan.
that mean?
Well, so hold on,
Yeah,
just
go on.
1 second. So Canaan, you don't know a single one of the prophets who was crucified. You don't know not one.
From the Muslim perspective, I don't know.
It's not about the Muslim. I know Muslim is ahistorical, but just period.
I mean,
You don't know. You don't know any prophet that was crucified. You don't know of. You don't know of one.
I mean, from a Muslim perspective, no.
Hmm.
Again,
So maybe
Maybe
maybe you shouldn't come from a Muslim perspective. Maybe try to come from a historical perspective,
I mean,
a truthful perspective, a perspective where you don't have to make up stuff or
I mean,
duck your head in under the
even
sand when there's proof and
even
evidence and clear
historically,
fact.
do we have historical evidence that there was a prophet named Jesus that was crucified, like that are not coming from the
Where
Bible,
do you, wait? Where do you get this? Where do you get this idea that a prophet named Jesus was crucified? Where does that come from?
from the Bible?
Oh, well, that's your answer.
There you go.
Yeah,
Godlogic,
but
if you give me the big screen again, I'm going to show
historical.
him
Is
where
it an
Isa in the
historical book
Quran. Just a
or
second,
is
brother.
it a?
I'm going to
Or is
show
it,
Mahmoud,
you.
Mahmoud, take
Just
a
a
second.
second. Just a second. I'm going to show you from your Quran where Jesus himself, your Jesus, admits that he died. Watch. Chapter 5, again, Surah Al Ma'idah, Ayah 117. I want you to read it, okay? Chapter 5, Ayah 117. Please read it for the crowd.
Mhm.
Read it.
Someone said from the Muslim perspective is like Ray Charles.
Can you read it, brother? Bashir, can you read it? Your English is very good.
I did not say to them aught save that thou didst enjoin me with that, save Allah my Lord and your Lord. And I say, a witness of them, so long as I was among them. But when thou didst cause me to die, thou wert the watcher over them, and thou art witness of all things.
Brother
So,
Rob,
in
would you be
context, who is
able?
this? Who is this one talking in the ayah here? In context, if we go back to the earlier ayah, look who it was.
Am I allowed to change my answer about the
Nope.
thingamajig?
No.
Uh, hey, no
So
take
it's
backsies, bro.
Isa talking, right?
Well,
But when thou, meaning referring to Allah, you Allah. So what Jesus is saying here in chapter 5, ayah 117, you Allah caused me to die. So we have Allah in chapter 3, ayah 55, saying that he caused Isa to die. And Isa himself talking in the Quran in chapter 5, ayah 117 in front of you, Isa himself confirming that Allah caused him to die.
And just to add up to what Rob is saying,
that's
obviously,
obviously
according
would
to
say that.
Surah to Maryam 83, look what he says. Peace be upon me the day I was born and the day I die.
Yeah,
There is an
and he's
actual death
talking
of
as
it,
a
and the
baby
day
in
I will be
in the
raised back to
cradle, by the
life.
way. Yeah,
Exactly.
he's talking as a
No,
baby in the cradle in context.
can you pull up the verse just before this one that you were showing?
Yeah, look.
Can I,
And when Allah will say, "O Isa, son of Maryam, did you say to the man, take me and my mother as for two gods?" Here, Allah is asking a rhetorical question, basically. Did you, Isa, say to your people that take Maryam and him as two gods besides Allah, which, by the way, Christians do not believe in? We don't believe that Maryam is God.
so
We do
some of
not
the
believe that she is a separate God. So it's talking as if the what the ayah is trying to tell everyone that Allah doesn't know that the God of the Christians is not Allah. So we have Allah, God number one, God number two, Maryam, and God number three, Isa. So if we have three gods, two gods besides Allah, and Allah, if you add Allah together, it's three gods. So who's talking Isa? If we continue reading, like I showed you, it says that Isa saying to Allah, "You Allah caused me to die."
Do you know the
So,
context
so I have a question. No, just a second. We showed you chapter 355, and we
yeah,
showed
but
you
can you now,
five
when you show
17.
the verse, can you maybe explain?
Just a
Do you know
second,
the
brother.
context?
Just a second.
Bro, yeah, come on, man. You're
Yeah,
wasting time.
yeah. So we've both Allah and Isa confirming the death of Isa.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Yeah, can you respond to that though directly? You have Allah and Jesus affirming the death of Jesus. What is your response to that
Which is
directly?
to be expected. Which is to be
Oh,
No,
expected
this is in the
It
due
past.
to
should
the
be
This is
fact
talking in the past.
due to the fact that in the context of this verse we are talking about judgment day.
No, 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 no.
So
This is,
in the
but
context
when
of this
thou
verse we're talking about,
didst cause me to die. So it happened in the past.
yeah, yeah. I mean, judgment day, everything is the past. Obviously, it's the
what?
last day.
What?
The day of
Wait,
judgment
wait,
day,
every
Wait, so
everything is the
wait.
Judgment
past,
Day
right?
is in the past?
I mean, when you reach judgment day, everything has already happened,
But
right?
this is not.
No, because it
Like
says if we
everyone
go
is
back
already
to the
dead.
ayah, look,
Everyone is already
brother,
dead on
brother,
the day of
brother.
judgment.
When did Allah deceive the Jews? وَمَكَرُوا, they deceived, meaning the Jews. وَمَكَرَ Allah, and Allah deceived the Jews, and Allah is
Now
the
you
best of
now you go
deceivers. When
now
did
you're
the
going to another
deception
verse.
happen? Just a second, brother. I want you to be honest. When did Allah deceive the Jews? When He made another innocent person die on the cross
Where do
instead
you
of
get the
Isa?
innocent from?
Did that happen in the past or in the future?
Where do you get the innocent from? And yeah, that happened in the past, in
So it
our
happened
current
in the
past.
past. And
But
then Allah
another verse
literally,
is
just a
another verse.
second,
That's another verse.
just
Go
a
ahead.
second. No, no, it's connected. Then look what it says. Recall what Allah said. O Isa, verily I shall make thee die, and I'm lifting thee to myself. So immediately, literally Allah says, I am making thee die, and I'm lifting thee to myself. So here this is in the past. It happened already. It happened. This is talking in context about the first century Jews and the first century Jesus. So don't confuse past with future events. At least pretend to be honest, brother.
pretend.
It's low blow,
Pretend.
brother. Low blow, brothers. I mean, I cannot even finish a sentence, and you don't tell me that.
Victim mode.
Um, yeah, that's what they say. Look, you
Yeah,
you
brother,
switch
go
upon.
mute for a second. Maybe Sig want to say something. God bless you, Sig.
God bless you. God
You're
bless
not
you.
adding
No,
to
I
the
so
debate.
guess. I see.
You ain't got nothing to say, man. You got nothing to
I'm
say.
not even- I'm not gonna lie.
What do
This
you
is insane.
have? You can't engage with the points that's being raised. You have nothing to say to it except nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nuh-uh.
it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nah, it's insane.
We got a super chat. Let's read this out real quick. Ollie Pedro says, could someone explain Surah 1094 to me? This passage tells Muslims to go to the Christians for confirmation.
Hmm.
Does 1094, Silv, tell us to go?
1094.
It says, if you are in doubt about what has been revealed to you, ask the people who've been reading the book before you. Is that verse
Exactly.
telling Muhammad to come to us for confirmation?
100%, brother. That means if you guys have Muslims, listen carefully. If you have any doubts, you're gonna have to go to the previous scriptures. And what is the previous scriptures? It's the Injil and the Torah, aka the Bible. So literally, your Allah is saying that. He's saying if you have any doubts, you gotta go to the people of the book.
Mm.
Yep.
The Bible is not the Injil.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. The
So
Injil.
what?
We'll do
Mhm.
no.
So what's?
Hold on, because he gonna take us somewhere else.
Exactly.
The,
Yeah,
In-
yeah,
the
yeah. It'd be
Injil
great
was
though. It'd be
the,
great
In-
though.
the Injil was revealed to Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him.
Nice,
The
nice.
Bible.
Bashir.
Yeah.
I'm sparing you right now. Don't do
Oh
it.
boy.
We're sticking with the
Yeah, bro.
crucifixion topic, okay? You do
You
not
don't
want
want to go there, brother,
don't
because
want
we
to
have
do it.
surprise after surprise after
Yeah,
surprise.
Exactly.
don't do it.
Well, they Godlogic, just to catch us up, how long have we been live? We've been live for around 57 minutes, and I'm even right now as you guys are speaking, I'm doing work. For 57 minutes, has there been a single Muslim that's been able to provide a name for the individual that was crucified
No,
on the
Nope.
no,
cross?
no.
Okay, so
do the
Well,
Muslims here?
Bashir, I have
Oh
to
yeah,
give it
for
to
sure.
Bashir. He sounds like a very young gentleman. He already says immediately when I asked him, what was that prophet's name who was crucified on wood until he died? He immediately said without any hesitation, it's Jesus.
Wait,
So
Yep.
we have at least one, you know?
it says woods, not the cross.
Well,
You
wood is a
know what
cross.
is wood then? And then, guys,
What
do you
kind of wood
guys
So last time
see?
are
I
they
checked, the
hanging?
cross was from wood.
Yeah.
And
But
another thing is,
Okay.
we even actually helped them out, Sig. We even helped them out according to Al Hassan said. The people
Mm-hmm.
of determination are four: Abraham, Moses, David, and Jesus.
Yeah,
So who was the one that got crucified?
Where
Jesus.
they said David randomly. Where's
Uh,
David?